Hi guys, welcome back to Dolly Shorts. Today I'm here with a special video. In this video, I'm gonna suggest some of the best fantasy movies in Malayalam cinema. As we all know, fantasy films often have an element of magic, myth, wonder, escapism, and the extraordinary. So let's explore the world of fantasy movies. Please sit back and enjoy the video. The sixth movie is Guru. This movie was the masterpiece of Rajiv Anjal. The main role in this movie was done by Mohanlal, and other supporting actors include Suresh Gopi, Srinivasan, Madhupal, and so on. The original musical score and songs were composed by Ilayaraja. His symphonic score was conducted and performed by the Budapest Symphony Orchestra, Hungary. This was the first time in Indian cinema the background score of a film was recorded completely outside the country. This movie revolves around a fantasy world of blind people. The movie starts with a situation turn a man who believes in secularism into an extremist. He plots to bomb a monastery where the survivors of a riot take refuge. After infiltrating the monastery, he meets Vaidehi, who suggests him to meditate for a few moments. During meditation, he experiences an altered state of consciousness and perceives being transported into another world. In this new world, everyone is blind. They believe the sense of sight is to be a lie and that is blasphemous to even talk about it. Also, the children are taught from very young age that the sight does not exist. Raghuraman, played by Mohanlal, befriends with Ramanathan, played by Madhupal, a man he saves from death. Raghuraman tries to tell them that there is a world of sight and that he can see. But they refuse to believe him and warn him that such talk will get him killed by the king and the elders. This is the main plot of the movie. Guru was selected as the India's official entry for the 17th Academy Awards for the Best Foreign Language Film. This was the first Malayalam movie submitted by the Government of India for the Oscars. I recommend everybody to watch this movie. The fifth movie is Devadutan. The movie was released at the end of the year 2000 and was directed by C.B. Malayal, who is famous for his other works like Kiridam, Thaniyavarthanam, Bharadam, Dasharatham, and the list goes on. The movie has a lead cast including Mohanlal, Murali, Jayaprada, Jagadish Srikumar, and so on. In this movie, Mohanlal plays a renowned musician, Vishal Krishnamurthy, who reminisces about an unknown energy or spirit that led him to compose songs. The movie revolves around the mortal world and the spirit world. The movie comes under mystery, thriller, fantasy genre. The music in this movie was done by Vidyasagar, which gave the movie another layer and class. The movie won 3 Kerala Film State Awards, including Best Film for Popular Appeal and Aesthetic Value, Best Music Director, and for Best Costume Designer at that year. The movie had a critical reception when it was released, but then the movie became one of the cult classic movies in Indian cinema. The fourth movie is Vaishali. This was another masterpiece from the renowned director Bharadhan. The movie was a periodic fantasy drama starring Subarna Anand, Sanjay Mitra, Nedumudi Venu, Babu Antony, and so on. The music in this movie was composed by Ravi and the cinematography by Madhu Ambat, who took mesmerizing visuals for this film. This film was produced by Dr. M. M. Ramachandran, popularly known as Atlas Ramachandran. The plot of the movie was adapted from the epic Mahabharata, which was then scripted by the famous M.T. Vasudevan Nair. The movie tells the story about a certain Brahmin who had visited the kingdom of Angarajam. The king Lomapadan, played by Babu Antony, failed to pay the respects to the Brahmin. In retaliation, the Brahmin cursed the king that his kingdom would not experience any rains in the coming years, and the kingdom would suffer a severe drought. Thus Angarajam suffered for almost 12 years. The king then sends Vaishali, a royal princess, to the forest to seduce Rishyasringan, a powerful saint, to bring him to her kingdom and to perform a puja that will bring rain. This is the main synopsis of the movie. Vardhan had been planning to film Vaishali since 1982, but several factors made him wait till 1988. Vardhan was searching for an actor to play the role of King Lomapadan. The moment he came across Babu Antony, he decided to cast him. As Vardhan was then working on Chilambur, he decided to launch Babu Antony as the main villain in this movie. Actor Narendra Prasad dubbed for Babu Antony in the film. This Malayalam movie is a must-watch if you enjoy periodic drama and fantasy movies. The next movie is Fabi. The movie was directed by K. Srikuttan. This was the first live-action movie incorporating animation made in India. K. Srikuttan, son of a veteran director M. Krishnan Nair, decided to make a live-action animated film after watching Who Framed Roger Rabbit and wanted to attempt a similar experiment in Malayalam. Simon Taragan, an NRI who came to know about the news article of mechanical robot founded by Srikuttan's friend Sabu, traveled to India to meet the inventor and he decided to produce a film. The character Fabi, the cartoon wizard, was inspired from Charles Dickens' Oliver Twist character Fagin. Fabi tells the story of the friendship between the hero and the animated character Fabi. The producer's son, Rock, played the main lead. The movie is about various troubles the hero falls in and how Fabi helps him out of these situations. Using the technique of double roll, the acting sequence between the animated character and the actors were shot. Director K. Srikuttan started this project without any help of the animators in the pre-production. Then he approached Ram Mohan, who widely known as the father of Indian animation. During the meeting with Ram Mohan, he blasted and asked how dare they attempt a film without an animator in the pre-production. They didn't even have a storyboard for the film. The impossible thing was to put the animated character into the fully shot film. Finally, K. Srikuttan contacted a Hong Kong-based animation company to do the animation work, and they asked for Rs 500 per frame, and there were 64,000 frames to be animated. So they dropped that idea and started to draw the character each frame by frame of the film, which took more than a year to complete. Completing the movie was a miracle, later K. Srikuttan said in an interview. Even though the movie release, it bombed at the box office and made a huge loss to the production company. But the movie became a milestone in Indian cinema and is considered as one of the millennial movie of Indian cinema. The next movie is Njan Gandharvan. The movie was directed by one of the great directors of Indian cinema, Padmarajan. The main role of the movie were played by Nitish Bharadwaj and Subarna Anand. It is an esoteric fantasy genre movie which the story revolves around a girl and her passion for a Gandharvan or a celestial lover who keeps appearing from a wooden statue that she found on a beach but is invisible to others. This is considered as one of the masterpieces in Padmarajan's filmography and Indian cinema. This was the last movie directed by Padmarajan. When released, the film got a cold response, which made Padmarajan very upset. He had very high aspirations for the movie and the response shook him hard. Later, he passed away. This movie is also considered as a cursed movie because lots of the cast and the crew in this movie had accidents and deceased before the film got released. Most of the rumor was it was forbidden to make a movie about Gandharvan. The first movie is Anandabhadram. This was a movie from the most acclaimed Indian cinematographer Santosh Shivan, who took his second directorial debut in Malayalam film industry. The movie has a huge cast including Manoj K. Jain, Kalaban Mani, Revati, Prithviraj, Kavya Madhavan, Biju Menon, and the list goes on. This movie was adapted from a dark fantasy in the same name written by Sunil Parameswaran. The plot revolves around black magic in a fictional village called Shivapuram near Palakkad. The movie starts when a young man travels to his ancestral home in a small Indian village. Then he faces the wrath of a black magician. The movie is focused on a black magician called Digambaran, played by Manoj K. Jain, who portrayed and executed the role brilliantly. The movie has a song sequence where it is inspired by the paintings of Raja Ravi Verma, and also it includes the art forms like Theyyam, Kathakali and Kalaripayat, the martial art of Kerala. The movie has a mesmerizing cinematography which was done by Santosh Shivan himself, which gave him State Award for Best Cinematography. The movie also bagged 5 state awards that year, including Best Music, Art, Makeup and Editing. I consider this movie as one of my personal favorite and a must watch for those who like fantasy genre movies. So that's it for today's video, and if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon. See you in the next video. Till then, bye.